Okay, so I just want to record this, and so for March March 8th or March 9, I think it's March 9 is the next uh, the next date that's coming, trading day. Um, this next 24 hours. Um, I reset. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to reset the lines every day to um, show how the lines adjust day by day after each day, but still with the intention of hitting these all of these lines. So in the longest time frame, see if I can get something in the longest time frame here. Okay, so in the very longest time frame, we've got this, right? And it's just not. I mean, one day it's gonna hit this, but it hasn't hit it since 2014 right there, 2018, right? So since about these times, and possibly no, I don't even think it did not hit it in 2021. So 2018 was probably the last time it hit it. I mean, it decisively crossed it in 2014, and then in 2018 it just peaked at it and then continued down. So since since 2017, 2018, it has not hit this line, and so that's what we're looking at right now. We're at a minimum, and if you're waiting for it to hit this line, it's going to take years. So um, now it will hit the line because it has to average out this time range, uh, and the time and the line adjusts. So eventually it will hit it, but you'll have to wait years for that. So in the meantime, we're not going to try to hit that line. Um, we'll try to hit. Let's see if we've got. I think this also adjusts. This is 13232. It looks like it there, and here it's 132. Okay, so that's pretty much the same. So looks pretty close, but that's 2,567 pips away. So not possible it's going to hit this anytime soon. This is 2018 again. This is a closer look, but this is more likely, right? And the last time it hit this line was 2021 in September. So this also is, unless you're willing to wait a few years, you may want to keep looking at the next the nearer ones. So that was the weekly. So this is the monthly and weekly. We'll go down to the daily and see where the daily is. There's the weekly again, and here's the daily. So all of these are the time ranges that are closer to me. And even though we had this massive surge up, it has not hit this target since 2021, about 2 or 3 years ago. So I don't expect it to surge up that far, obviously. What I expect it to do is balance out around the daily, which is here, and this is obvious. This is a sell, and I expect it to balance around shorter time frames than the daily. So I actually sold at the daily average, trying to hit one of the shorter time frames, and then you can see it surged up on me. But what I expect it to do, this is currently what I'm dealing with in this drawdown, is handling this surprise surge. So I think this is what's going to do to the other time ranges. Is going to adjust it slightly, and that's what you've seen. But so I've adjusted the target, and we've got this as the lowest target, the H1. Then you've got the H4 average, and then the daily average. So, and there's an intersection here. So what I would expect is something like somewhere around this time, we'll have it hit down here in this, and so I might have to adjust the targets a little bit higher. But at this point, which is what I believe this is April M15 actually at this time. So this is actually like a month, like 5 weeks out. So it could take up to 5 weeks to get out here, to get to this target, and but it'll probably be sooner, and it'll probably be a little bit lifted from here. So that's what I'm looking at currently. If we zoom in more, we can see this more clear now. So the price is currently under. You can see that you know, on the H1. You know, I've got the targets here down on the lowest averages. This would be the first target, the second target, and the third target, the last target. This is an H1, again, H4, and daily. So these are more these are longer time frames, and this is a shorter time frame. So what this says to me is that if this shorter time frame averages under the longer ones, then that gives a higher probability to these longer ones being hit. Obviously, they're closer, but they're also longer time ranges. But we need to balance out. It needs to balance out the H1 average. So I think the current attraction is this shorter average right here, this H1, and it will just happen across all of these. So that works out really well for the longer time ranges as well. So that's the H1 average. This is the M15 average, and you can tell that this M15 average is getting really close to the price. It's rebalancing, restructuring towards the current price. But like we said, we've got this H1 that will also need to do that too as well. So after it crosses, it's already hit the M1 and the M5 averages. And so what I expect it to do is, you can see we're already under the M1 and the M5, and so now it's going to the M15, right? So it's under the M1 and M5, which means that, and also you can see that the acceleration, the trend incline was steep the last couple of days, but now is more in a channel contraction, and I mean, you can tell that this is, you know, more of a contraction. It tried to have some impulse here, right, some expansion, but it's a lot less. It's more like a contraction than these, and so I think this is really where it's peaking out and it's reversing, and it's working towards averaging out these longer time ranges. So it's under the M1 and M5 currently. Its momentum is currently under the M1 and M5 averages because it needs to hit the M15 average. Then after it gets under that, it will resolve the H4 and the H1 here. And what's that daily? Yeah, and the the H4 and the daily are also together, so it's like you can't see it, but it's no, there's the H4. The daily is here. Okay. For some reason it's not showing on here, but the daily is also here too. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 4 time frames, most of the time frames to average out on. So I think that's what's happening now. It's losing its acceleration, it's turning around, and it's going to average out these prices. Then same thing for the yen. This is what it looks like after, you know, resetting the averages. There's the daily and H4 and H1 averages, so they're up here, they're above. Which and only the M5 and M1, again the M5 and M1, just like the euro dollar, these averages are now below, and the price is working itself towards the longer averages, M15, H1, and H4. Now remember, I have reset these lines. These are not old lines, and still the price is above these shorter time frame averages, which means that, in my opinion, it's getting aggressive to hit these longer term averages. So we can see the same thing happening on USD JPY as is happening with euro dollar right now. So we're looking for, I will start to look for dollar strength for at least another 400 pips to 400 to 800 pips on the yen, and about 400 pips. So I would look for US dollar strength for about 400 pips currently. And that's it.